But I don't even know whose credit that is. Is that mine? Is that my wife's? I mean, she can take a load between the legs. What I'm saying is, I get blowjobs, but I get married blowjobs. Them ain't like single life blowjobs. Married blowjobs kind of remind me, you ever watch your dog on a hot day get some water from its bowl, and then it looks at you between licks, you know? It's like, you're like, yeah, that feels good, it's nice. Very nice. Are you done? Yeah, I didn't want to come. Thanks, that was fun. I still remember the good old days, yeah. Yeah, I have old VHS tapes back here, and they're a little grainy, but if I close my eyes, I can still see those sweet, sweet angels from my 20s who made sounds like they were fighting for their life, you know, just... You know those blowjobs where you almost stop to see if she's okay? You don't, because you don't care. You're like, I like that you're suffering. This is cool, you know? Wait, you don't have memories? Okay. This is what you learn over the course of a lifetime about sex. You learn that men and women, we both lie about sex. We just lie in opposite directions. Men exaggerate their exploits and their interests simply because they live to impress women. It's the truth, it's stupid, and it's simple, and it's true. And every woman in here, at some point, you'll meet a guy who's like, oh, I like it all. You know, step on my nuts and you know, cut my nipples open. Set me on fire. And then you're like, okay. He seems fun. And then you get him in bed. What happens? He's like, is that a match? I don't feel safe. I want to call a rideshare to pick me. He's a fucking liar. He's a liar. Now, women do the opposite lie. Women diminish their accountability when it comes to sex, but I'll defend you. I think you do it for a very good reason. The reason a lot of women diminish their accountability when it comes to sex is they have a very real and valid fear that some men will shame them for enjoying some of the same things that they enjoy. Isn't that right, ladies? All right, so there's like 30 whores here. That's crazy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Thank you for cheering. Then, you know, I think about, like, things that happen in my own life, and I realize that these theories are true. Like, I remember I had a roommate one time, and we both knew this beautiful girl named Nicole. And one day, my roommate goes, oh, I hooked up with Nicole. And I go, oh, really? And then he said something super weird and gross, and I apologize in advance. But he was like, he goes, yeah, man, her puss. He made sounds, which also made it way worse, you know? He was like, I was like, oh. He was like, it was so snuggly and warm, you know? I wanted to take a nap in there. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, felt so good. He goes, it felt like a blanket that was lined with butter. And I go, what the fuck? And then I dated her for 2 months after that. You know why? Because I like butter too, sir. So... one day I'm with her, I guess I'm feeling insecure, I bring it up. I go, it's kind of weird you've hooked up with my roommate. And she goes, what? I go, yeah. She goes, I've never touched your roommate. I go, really? She goes, hell no. I go, okay. So I go back to my place. I go, hey man, she said you guys never hooked up. And he goes, oh yeah, that's true. I go, I should have known from the buttered blanket pussy line. I go, why would you tell me that? He goes, dude, who cares? And he turned on the TV. That was our whole conversation about it. Years later, woman, and we were talking about sex, like the topic of sex. And I brought up threesomes. I go, have you ever had a threesome? You know what she said? She goes, I go, I didn't ask, did you remember to take your Adderall today? Have you had sex with 2 other people at the same time? She goes, not really. I go, not really. Was one of them an amputee? Because that still counts. And she goes, well, here's the thing. I go, this is a here's the thing? She goes, yes, technically I was in one, but I was sunburnt. And I go, what the fuck? She goes, yeah, I was in there, but I didn't really participate because my sunburn was killing me. I go, this is insane. Women's only logic you got going on right now. And she goes, how about you? I go, yeah, I blew 4 guys, but I had poison ivy, so it doesn't count either. Just... She was an absolute whore, and she's dead. Probably. I like a finger up the butt. Let's be clear. I don't want to be excavated, okay? I just like a little, you know, a little Steve Aoki. What's this button do? Prime the pump. Don't frack the crack. You're with me, right? Yeah. You like that, sir? Yes. The stash gives it away. I knew you were in. You? Fuck yeah. All the cultures up front. I polled my entire inner circle of close friends, and they were all like, fuck no. I don't like that. That shit is gay. And I was like, well, have you ever considered trying it with a woman? That's not gay. Maybe stop having your brother do it, weirdo, and hurry up before Dad gets home. Them because I love them. I love being filled with the confidence of surface level knowledge without the burden of reading, you know? And so I've lost track. I've seen so many now. Sometimes they're quite informative. Other times they're just amusing. I mean, the funniest thing I've seen in a year is a Netflix documentary series called Untold, which focuses on sports stories. Yeah, and there's one in particular on there. It's about a guy named Johnny Manziel. Now, if you're in this theater and you do not know who Johnny Manziel is, I will now use my time to tell you. Johnny Manziel is the first and only redshirt freshman to win the Heisman Trophy. That's the highest honor in college football. It goes to the nation's best player. Redshirt freshman simply means he was 18 months removed from high school when he didn't just play this sport, he dominated it. And when you watch this documentary, you will learn that he did this while mostly high and drunk. Like, pretty fucked up. The best is they interview all his former shit-kicking Texas-based coaches who are like, yeah, man, he would come to practice, he'd be all shit-faced. And we would say, Johnny, you better not fuck this up. And then he didn't. He was awesome. And you're like, wait, what? He was playing nationally televised games every Saturday with millions of viewers, either drunk, high, or hungover, just on the sidelines. And his coaches are like, Johnny! And he was like, watch this shit, 6 touchdowns. You're like, holy shit. Give him more drugs. This is working. He wins the Heisman. Sophomore year, he comes back. He's trying new things. He's sprinkling dust on his shit, you know? He's evolving. He plays amazing. Again, he almost wins it back to back. Then he goes into the NFL to play professionally. And they're like, you need to clean up your act. And he was like, I don't want to play football anymore. And that's the whole story. Now, to me, his story is more than that. Because for me, in my personal life, I use his story as one that where I can see I've evolved some. See, I used to judge him very harshly. A lot of people do. All they see is a blown opportunity. But the older I've gotten, I see it through a different lens. I realize that's a lot of pressure for a young man to have. You know, a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, and 50s can't handle that, let alone a freshman in college, you know, the celebrity, the fame, the money. And so now I do the thing that you do if you can. You put yourself in someone else's shoes. And I can do that. I was once... Sometimes you watch documentaries And it's a whole different experience. Like, it's just enlightening. You get information that you can't let go of. It just sits in your mind. You tell people about it. It's in your dreams. I mean, I watched one not long ago that if I had not watched it, I would have no idea how much cocaine Hitler did. No idea. Like, everybody knows the Third Reich was on meth. You know that, right? The entire German army, they were on meth during World War II. Picture that. 100,000 German soldiers marching through the Ardennes forest, supposed to take 6 days, and they did it in 28 minutes. That's meth. You imagine you're sitting in a cabin in Belgium just drinking fucking milk, I guess. And you hear, "Un Außen haben," and you're like, holy shit. A la mer. And I mean, that's you ever been around somebody on meth? I have. It's unsettling. They never stop talking. They want to fuck everything. And those are Americans. Can you imagine what these kinky-ass Germans were like? Just, oh, I want you to suck me dry. Hey! Gunther, back off. Now, Hitler did meth too. It's very well documented. A lot of people don't know he was given cocaine in the mornings by his personal doctor. Like, you think Michael Jackson's doctor was out of line? That was propofol to go to sleep. That's JV shit, okay? Like, I want to go to sleep. Oh, fuck. Hitler would wake up, and then his doctor was like, "Good morning, my Führer," and fucking... and he was like, Jews! Dude, to start your day with an 8-ball and a heart full of hatred is wild. Here's what I really want to know. Why am I learning about this at 46? I feel like every little kid should know this, you know? Like, kindergartners should come up to all of us and be like, "Do you know how much cocaine Hitler did?" You don't think that's the best deterrent story for a kid? I do. When I was a kid, they go, "Don't do coke." And you go, "Why?" And they're like, "That's what rock stars do." And you're like, "Oh, okay." You mean like Slash and Eric Clapton? And they're like, "Yes." They're up till 6 a.m. and they're shaving their bodies. And they're fucking girls. Is that what you want to do? And you'd be like, "Boo." Anybody else do coke? Yeah, Martin Scorsese. You're like, "Yeah, that fucking worked out." How about a bad guy? We don't have any. Well, there is this one. I don't know if you've heard of him. His name is Adolf fucking Hitler. He was doing mountains of coke. By the way, he was having the same dumb conversations your friends have. He was just having them about war. He was like, "We should go to Stalingrad in December." And we'll fuck them up. Hey, look at my mustache. I cut off the side. You guys want to see my art? It's pretty good. It's mostly me choking ducks. Look at this shit. You think Mussolini likes me? All right, well, no, it should be said. He was a real knucklehead.